I'm Corporal Nick Briggs with the Spokane Police Department. Everybody has their own driving forces when they get into law enforcement. For me, there comes a time, and hopefully it comes when somebody is fairly young, that they really have to look inside themselves and figure out what impact they want to have on the community and the country and the world, and kind of focus all of their energy into fitting what they see their vision of themselves, what type of legacy somebody wants to leave, if you will. For me, when I asked myself those questions, I really wanted to make a tangible impact, something that I could see right before my eyes. That was also part of the bigger picture. So I really value our community and our country and the freedoms and liberties that we have, and also the protection that we have, that people are able to do all these wonderful things with their life, and that's all predicated on the sense of safety. So when I looked at all of those things, I decided law enforcement is the way that I can fulfill my own goals while also helping the community. But people all have to find that, and there's a wide range of reasons that people get into law enforcement. But there has to be a strong conviction to do it. And this career takes a lot. It's a lot of commitment. It's a lot of work. The standards are really high. So people have to be dedicated if they're going to get into this career field. And that dedication starts with having a good, solid reason and knowledge about why the person is doing it. The Spokane Police Department, we require a high school education. That being said, the majority of the agency possess some level of college degree, even graduate degree, master's degrees. But that does vary throughout the country. So other agencies have different educational requirements. I would encourage anybody that's looking at law enforcement to pursue a college degree. I think it's helpful. One thing I would suggest, though, is that it doesn't necessarily have to be in criminal justice. If somebody is passionate about, law and criminal justice and that interests them, certainly pursue that. But one of the things that we look at when we are hiring is people with diverse and expansive backgrounds. So it won't be a limiting factor if somebody has a degree in physics or accounting or another language. All of those things are benefits, because what we're really looking for in a law enforcement officer is not necessarily somebody that comes in with an acute knowledge of the law, but somebody that's a well-rounded, educated person. I actually started as a firefighter. So in college, I was a firefighter, and through my work through the fire department, I got to know a lot of the police officers in town. And I really liked the work at the fire department, but I looked at the law enforcement side and I was like, there's a lot of challenges there, a lot of things that I think really would give me that meaning that I talked about earlier. And so through that, I applied to the local police department just as a part-time. I was still a full-time college student, so I applied for a part-time position, went through the Reserve Academy, which is an abbreviated academy that allows people to be a law enforcement officer part-time, kind of similar to a volunteer firefighter. So I went through that thinking I was just going to do it part-time, like something that was interest me, get a lot of good experience, and I ended up loving it even more than I thought, and I chose to make it my career, and 14 years later, here I am. When people ask, what do you have to have before you come into law enforcement, I'd say it's character. I can't, and I've got a lot of experience training police officers, both at the academy and as a field training officer. I can't teach character. I need somebody to come in being a good person, being an ethical person, being a compassionate person. The skills related to law enforcement we can teach, but I can't teach honesty, I can't teach integrity. That, I think, is truly innate. That's got to be developed before you get into law enforcement. But after that, how to use all those skills, how to communicate, how to be compassionate, the ways to express those things, law enforcement can teach a person, and it will continue to teach a person throughout their career. But yeah, so the thing you really need to be a good person before you get into law enforcement, and that's who we're trying to attract.